Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to this week's Hot Stocks Outlook for November 10th. 2017. Hope you're all doing well out there in the markets, and boy do we have a very exciting week for our Hot Stocks Outlooks and a lot of things to cover. We're going to start here on Salesforce. We'll look at Delta Airlines, Citrix Systems, and a couple of these financial stocks. A lot of things going on in the XLF, the financial ETF, and just the broader stock market that we can definitely go ahead and cover this week. But let's dig in here with Salesforce, and what we have here are daily bars and candles. This is an end-of-day program we're using to identify new trading opportunities. And against those daily bars and candles, there's a couple of values there. Now, the black line that you see there is a regular simple moving average. You see an actual simple moving average really just plots what's already occurred in the market. So you can think of it as a summary of where the market's already been. Now, against all that data and that black line, we also have this predicted value generated via the artificial intelligence found within the VantagePoint software here. And what that alerts us to is when there's been trend changes and shifts in the market, it's really important to catch that inflection point so you can minimize your risks in your trades and capture more of the move. And so as long as that blue line remains above the black line, the trend is expected to move higher. Now, in addition to that, we're also provided with another predictive indicator, again, generated via that neural network process, but this is called the Predicted Neural Index, and it's looking forward 48 hours and letting you know when there's short-term strength or weakness in the market. And what we can see here is every time that neural index goes negative, we get some sideways action and a pullback in the market, but the trend is still up. So traders really identify that you want to keep remaining long in a market that's trending higher. And with all of that information, you can much more efficiently manage your trading opportunities. But that's not really it. We also get a predicted range for each and every trading day. So whether you're a longer term trader, whether you're a trend trader and want to know how to manage that position to add to your winners, cut your losers, and conversely really push the trades that are working for you, you get these predicted high and low levels. And what you'll see is the market data against those actual levels, and see just how effective these levels are, where when you understand the trend is up from this point, you're getting excellent entries, so you can really minimize the risk and exposure you have to the market, but you want to keep buying at these levels, obviously within an uptrend, understanding that the market is expected to trend and move higher. And you see, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 entries over the course of this trade as this market has moved up what looks to be about 10.5% just over the past 25 trading days. So this is barely a month of time. Market's up 10%. And even as a short-term trader, you've been able to go in there, take some profits away from that trade and ride that longer-term trend. Now, riding those trends is very important because you want to remain on the long side of your markets that are working for you, but also understand when to step away from the market and actually look to go short. Here we have Delta Airlines. We've gotten a crossover just a few weeks ago, and we're seeing a lot of weakness in some of these stocks currently, but a crossover to the downside going back really at the end of October, so not very long ago at all. Our neural index down at a 0, so both of those indicators really confirming that weakness. And you see what occurs in this market, but not only do you understand you want to be short, definitely don't hold on to any long positions you have in Delta, you understand that, look, I've got a predicted high and low range. I can come in and be ready to short at these levels, and you see just how effective these are over time. So, it really is about managing those trading opportunities over time and being very efficient, and that's what this technology really allows you to do. We have Salesforce obviously trending up. Citrix Systems here, another really nice uptrend, recognized all the way back at the beginning of September here. But what's great about this is you see that even when you get this volatility, you really understand, okay, well, you may get some weakness over the next couple of days. You have your neural index down, but the trend remains to the upside. And that's so important because when you get all of these indicators lining up, you want to make sure that you're in the market. And we see we just get a huge explosion here in price as market moves from 75 all the way up to about 86. And this is a market that you can get involved in, trail your stops behind it, but also be taking shorts. So when this volatility comes into the market, you're still making money on your overall portfolio. And again, being very efficient with your trading opportunities as you manage them over time. Franklin Resources. So let's get to the financial sector, which really on Tuesday, on November 7th, we had a big decline in XLF, the financial sector. But we've seen this occurring for weeks now throughout these financial stocks. Here we have Franklin Resources cross over the downside. This was back in October 23rd, recognizing a lot of weakness throughout these stocks. And again, it's not just about recognizing the direction of the market, but we need to be very efficient, especially when we're coming in and shorting the market, want to get really nice entries into these trades. So we bring up these levels and have this guidance moving forward of where we want to short. And this is really the reason, is sometimes you'll get these days where the market will gap up and move higher, but the software has a really nice ability to get back on track, really reassess these levels. And the whole point is understanding that the trend, though, still down. And we're seeing just a ton of weakness really throughout the financial sector and some of these stocks here. And you can be prepared for that with an entry up at 45. So even if this market reverses and starts moving higher, you're able to make some money on even your short positions in the market. So both the short and the long side here. Here's Cincinnati Financial. Exact same thing. And you just see, how bad this can turn out when you're on the wrong side of these trades and trying to hold on to a long position. You got in this crossover with matching neural index. You can actually run a scan to identify all of these trades as they come through. But again, you see this market running sideways, but consistently on the short side of this market. This predicted moving average remains below that actual moving average. And you see all this excessive weakness coming from the neural index, alerting you that now is especially the time to prepare for that weakness. And we see just a huge decline here in the market. We've bounced up a little bit higher, but your initial shorts are coming in up at the 76.50 level. You see we get about an 8%, 8.5% drop really in a day there, about 5% overall. But like I mentioned, a lot of this weakness just starting, so we'll see a lot of these trends and how they play out over time. What this approach really allows you to do is get that good entry, understand the trend direction, get that good entry so that you can trail your stops and ride these trends as this volatility really kicks into the market and catches a lot of traders off guard. So a lot of exciting things going on this week, possibly some really big reversals to watch, and very excited to catch up with you next week for the Hot Stocks Outlook. Today is November 10th, 2017. Thank you all for watching. Best of luck in the markets, and bye for now.